A lot of exciting stuff happening in the Cardano ecosystem at the moment. We're seeing more projects build on Bitcoin and Cardano. We have collaborations between Cardano and Polkadot now as well. So we're going to have a look into that. And we also have some really cool updates from various projects, including DEXHunter and Charli3. Let's get into it. Hi everyone, welcome back to the Learn Cardano podcast. I'm Peter Bury. If this is your first time here, hit that thumbs up on your way in, the subscribe button and notification bell there as well. I'll keep you guys up to date with everything that's happening in the space. And just have a look at this run up of ADA for the last month. We're up 110%. That is absolutely phenomenal. I would not have expected that at the end of this year. So I am pleasantly surprised to have seen that. And I think there is a huge amount of activity now on the Cardano ecosystem because of this big price movement. We're seeing a lot of activity from Charles at the moment around this SpaceX thing. It sounds like he's going to be shot up into space with some other billionaires. So I think that's the rumor that's going to happen. But he's also confirmed that he's heading over to Washington very soon to be able to talk to senators and lawmakers there to help the Trump administration along with all of this crypto policy that's going to happen once Trump administration is in. So people are extremely bullish about that sort of news. It also seems that Charles is engaging with the community at the moment and builders within the space. Matt here from Fluid Tokens said that he has just had a recent phone call with Charles and it was quite fruitful overall. The Ncoins team also mentioned that they had a chat with Charles around the ZK Fold, their zero knowledge protocol on Cardano. So it's interesting to see what may be coming out of this. I know Charles had an AMA and he mentioned the team in that AMA as well. So we're going to see a lot more activity between what they're doing here in the space. And of course, out of this, all the memes came out. Raul here said that he had a wonderful phone call with his mother. And you can also see other people posting about their conversations with Charles as well. But anyway, it's good to see that the conversations are happening and there is some bullish sentiment overall. This here I thought was absolutely brilliant. Cardano Scan is a blockchain explorer in the Cardano space, and they have now recalculated how transactions are read on chain. So with transactions on Cardano, they're UTXO based, just the same as Bitcoin. So one transaction on Cardano can actually send multiple different transactions to different wallet addresses. So I could send 10 people 10 ADA each in one transaction. So if you compare that to an EVM chain, such as Ethereum, you'd have to do that same transaction 10 times and pay 10 times the amount of gas. So there's a huge amount of capital efficiency within the Cardano ecosystem in being able to send one transaction to multiple different people. So this is one of the really big, powerful things about EUTXO and how Cardano is built. But the Cardano Scan team here have now redone the calculations for all the transactions so you can have apples to apples comparison between EVM chains and Cardano now. And now if we have a look at the stats here on Cardano Scan, you can see the transaction volume here on the 10th of the 11th, 372,000 transactions per day. So we're definitely seeing some big activity and movement within the Cardano ecosystem. More and more people are absolutely bullish about what Cardano has to offer, especially with this Bitcoin integration. This is going to be huge. One of the really big developments between Polkadot and Cardano is that Cardano is using Substrate. Substrate is a modular blockchain building tool that anyone can use to build up their own blockchain. And Cardano is implementing partner chains, which are essentially side chains to Cardano using Substrate itself. So Cardano is leveraging tech from the Polkadot side of things and bringing it over to the Cardano ecosystem and using that layer to connect all different types of blockchains together or allow projects to build their own blockchains. This helps with scaling. This helps with interoperability. This is a really big thing for the Cardano ecosystem and a really big stamp of approval for Polkadot's technology. So we're going to see an upcoming X space. So this is Polkadot and Cardano exploring governance and cross-chain opportunities. The teams here have been exploring opportunities around this. Polkadot has had a governance on-chain for quite a long time, and they've got a lot of experience around on-chain governance. From a Cardano point of view, there's a lot that we can learn from this. How has Polkadot used its treasury over the last couple of years? What has worked for Polkadot and what hasn't? So as Cardano moves onto on-chain governance and allowing the community to draw upon that treasury of Cardano, we're going to see a lot of things maybe repeated that we had seen in the Polkadot ecosystem, and hopefully we've learned from the mistakes. I've covered a lot of this before, and if you check out my other videos here, I'll put links down below, and you can see in the top right hand corner there as well, I've got a whole bunch of videos where I look at Cardano and Polkadot, how we can work together as different communities, but then help grow crypto in general. So check that one out. There's a lot of cool stuff that's happening between Cardano and Polkadot at the moment. But the biggest narrative that we've got going at the moment is the work between Bitcoin and Cardano. And there's more and more projects that are integrating in Bitcoin OS. And this is one project. I've had them on the podcast over the weekend in a recent interview, but the team from Tokyo are integrating in and working with the Bitcoin OS team. So this will allow for direct integration for what Bitcoin OS are doing directly within their wallet, or they'd like to brand themselves as a DApp now. So this is going to be really good for any Bitcoin user that is out there. They can load up the Tokyo wallet and start interacting directly with Cardano DeFi protocols, borrowing, lending, DEXs, and all sorts of really cool things like that. So this is going to open up huge amounts of opportunities. The UI UX experience within the Tokyo app itself is absolutely brilliant. And having this level of interoperability and connectivity within the app is going to take it to the next level. So the Tokyo team are doing absolutely amazing stuff. If you want to check out their interview, links down below or in the top right-hand corner for you. Another project that is building between Cardano and Bitcoin is Fluid Tokens. I'm a Fluid Tokens ambassador. I do hold a lot of the Fluid Tokens. Now, this is a video here that was put out by the team showing you how a Bitcoin holder could possibly interact with a Cardano DApp itself. And this here is showing a Bitcoin wallet interacting with the DApp here and having ADA and then staking it directly and using their Bitcoin wallet. So this is really cool. Let me just play this one for you. Now there's no audio here, so I'll go through what's actually happening. So the user is connecting their Xverse Bitcoin wallet, choosing their account, giving access to the website, going to their wallet. Their assets are loading up. So they've got a bit of Bitcoin, and hopefully you see some ADA here. You can see their corresponding ADA address down below. And now they're connected in, and they can go to pick a stake pool and delegate their ADA, but then use their Bitcoin wallet for it. So this is going to take a bit of getting used to for a lot of users, having a Bitcoin wallet, but then interacting with a Cardano protocol and having a corresponding Cardano address. This is interoperability at its best. So this is really cool stuff. So I can't wait to see this one change. This is all being tested at the moment. But check this out, the total output here. You can see the Bitcoin there in that particular output on the Chain Explorer. So, oh, this is really cool stuff. It's interoperability at its best. Now, for those that are coming into Cardano at the moment, the #1 DEX aggregator, a place where you can go and trade and it will look for the best prices across all the DEXs in the ecosystem, is DEXHunter at the moment. We also have ADA Markets and also SteelSwap. So they're both great DEX aggregators as well. But DEXHunter are really leading the pack at the moment. And they announced that they are going to be also the #1 DeFi layer on Bitcoin. So a Bitcoin DEX aggregator. So they're going to really start opening things up, being able to interact with Bitcoin and Cardano and to allow users to interact between either protocol. This is really cool stuff. But it doesn't end there with DEXHunter. DEXHunter is now climbing up the ranks of best DEX aggregators out there. And with the jump in Cardano DeFi in general and people being interested in it, we can see now DEXHunter here, it's going up quite a one-day change here, up 51%. So here we have Panora at 59% in daily change, and we got DEXHunter right after at 51%. But if you have a look at the last month change, look at that. 533%. It might be a little bit small on the screen there, but 533% change in the last month. We are going to dominate DeFi, and DEXHunter might be the platform that helps that domination. And what's hot right now? Meme coins are back in play. Users are coming into the Cardano ecosystem and realizing that what we have here is really good stuff. What you've played around with in Solana is all available here as well on the Cardano ecosystem. And Splash and Snake.fun are leading by numbers of trade in the past 2 days. They're really exploding there. You can see those the charts there. and things really starting to move for the two platforms. Now, if you also have a look at here, this announcement or this mention, and I think it's going to happen. Should we just release the SNEC Fund integration? Maybe they should. I think it's a perfect timing for it. So this means on DEXHunter itself, you can go to the platform, do your trades through the DEX aggregator, but you could possibly also launch your own Memecoin using this particular integration. So you can go through, do a swap out for some ADA, use that ADA to launch a Memecoin, and then keep going from there. So this is absolutely crazy stuff that is possible in the Cardano space. So check out DEXHunter, check out snec.fun if you haven't done so already. If you're into the Memecoin space, they're the perfect places to start. Now, on a more serious note, one of the recent rumors was around World Mobile using Starlink as part of their backbone for their infrastructure. And this X post here mentions satellites. So I think we can pretty much assume that this is going to happen. And this announcement, along with the announcement of WMTX going to base, really expands their ecosystem and expands their reach to more users as well. So this is definitely one project, one deep in project to keep your eyes on. Now, in the video comments down below, there have been a lot of people asking about Charli3 and what's happening with the project and some of the big announcements and projects that they're working on at the moment. So Charli3, for those that don't know, is an oracle building on Cardano itself. If you look at other ecosystems, look at Link, for example, Charli3 is the Cardano equivalent of that, but now they're starting to look into the enterprise space and move things further. And I had a quick chat with Damon to give us a bit of a rundown and update of everything that they're doing at the moment.
General updates of us. We're feeling pretty hopeful into this bull market stream. Hopefully that's what it is. There's a lot more community engagement on what we're doing, which is nice to see because we haven't had that in a while. What we're currently managing in the company is dealing with a lot of closeouts of Catalyst rounds from Fund 11 and 12. This will be things like our the ODV, which is the pull-based oracle, on-demand oracle. That's finished now, and we are actually already about to deploy a brand new upgrade that makes it even faster and cheaper. That's done. The community feeds thing is done, so we're waiting on a payout from that. Our audit just finished, so we'll have the audit report coming out from Anastasia Labs as well, working with them to get that final report out. TX Pipe is working with us to build our partner chain, so we are doing that. Still working on a coupon thing from last time, so again, closing out a lot of Catalyst stuff right now to get ready for the next set, which is right away. And some of these things we're already working on. So one of the last things that we did from Catalyst was our open source tooling for DEX aggregation called Dendrite. So that's out there for anybody to use, but we have a Catalyst proposal in this time to expand that a lot more and pull that into a new type of offering, I'll say. So we're already talking to CoinMarketCap and CoinGecko and TradingView and other people to give this data out. And it's basically a full API of all Cardano data, all trading pairs on all DEXs, updated every single block. And the big difference between this and something like DEXHunter or SteelSwap is that the aggregation is not then to just the lowest price, which is what gets people in trouble when they use something like CoinGecko. It's what happened for some liquidation events earlier in the year on different platforms on Cardano. We will have it just like the Oracle does with the median price value. So it's a protected and secure type of aggregation. So it will throw out the outliers if there's anything like a DEX shuts down or a flash crash happens or there's an error or something like that, or somebody moves big liquidity, which was another problem for a major liquidity loss in liquidation problem earlier this year in Cardano as well. So basically it's a much more secure API with all of the data possible from Cardano to go out to these things, because almost all of them don't have anything to do with Cardano data on them at all. They have tiny little ecosystems that I've never even heard of, but no Cardano data. So We thought that that's really important. We're already building that, but to turn it into a much more kind of full-fledged API with a lot more offerings and doing the business development for it, we need the Catalyst money for that. But that should bring in a lot more eyes to Cardano, which I think is crucial at this time for the entire ecosystem. We're just really well positioned to do that because of the tooling that we've created. Outside of that, the biggest proposal that we have going in right now is with insurance company called Howden Insurance and another smaller Cardano project called FIDA. So this is a joint venture between the three of us to do parametric insurance on Cardano, which is a huge thing. The Howden Group is a global insurance markets company. So they find the clients and also the investment behind the insurance to then put to smaller insurance companies and policies. And we're looking at doing everything for their parametric insurance on chain because it makes it so much faster. It's like a perfect use case for it, especially using an Oracle. So say you have an earthquake somewhere and people within a specific geolocation are covered. You can go and get your policy or whatever. And current ways that it sets up for parametric insurance is that you then have to put in a claim. So if you get hit with an earthquake in this area and you're covered under your policy, then you have to go put in a claim. So that's a manual process. And then someone else has to check that and then double check it against their records to see if you are in that space that is covered. And then outside of that has to check how much you're covered for and then initiate a manual request for payments. And then that has to take a while. And then that payment then has to be manually done. And it can take months for people to get their payments, even if they get it at all, or get stuck in legal battles because they don't have access to the data that these people are looking at. The way that this works for doing it on chain is that all of that is automated instantly. Because of the nature of the blockchain being immutable and all of that data being there, nobody has to check it. Nobody has to do manual processes. It just automatically happens. The Oracle from our side will say, earthquake hit in this area. It was this Richter scale. And if that triggers, if it's above whatever the policies are held for, those policies instantly get paid out from the amount that's there through smart contracts to each individual customer. So it's as soon as that data comes in, they get paid, and that's it. So then there's also no legal battles or anything outside of that because you have a full record of everything that's happened and everybody can have access to it. So that's a huge one. And to have such a massive partner on for that one is a really big deal. And we're really glad to push that forwards. That's really the future of what we're looking at. As for Charli3 is doing a lot of enterprising work. So even in the last proposal or in Catalyst, the last time we had one for dealing with stuff for patents, that one didn't work out because we weren't shortlisted. But it was automating patent processing. And we've talked to other companies about doing stuff like this too. So that's kind of the future of what we want to go for as far as Catalyst goes there. Other just general updates, though. I mean, we are looking at still expanding in blockchain spaces too. We're partnered up with Apex Fusion. Charles has asked us to build on Midnight about a year ago, plus just recently again. So we've been talking with them to build on Midnight. We've got a liquidity program happening, should be starting this week. For big rewards, kind of similar to what ADAOZ is and Cornucopias. So stake pool plus liquidity provisions and getting rewards from that. And that's pretty exciting for us because this is just the time. Everybody's coming in, the volume's increasing. We've gone up a lot in the price-wise, a lot in the last little bit with everything else moving. Like outside of just following ADA, we've actually pumped more than that. So pretty excited to see everything coming back in because, through the bear market, we were not doing so hot. And now we feel very confident going into the future here. So that's my quick update.
I've also got an interview coming up with the team from Feeder as well, looking into that insurance play and how that is going to work, and also integrations with Bitcoin OS as well, and providing insurance policies for the Bitcoin ecosystem. So this is going to be really interesting. Make sure you hit that thumbs up, subscribe, and notification bell, and you'll get a notification as soon as that interview comes out. But this overall, this Howden group, if you have a look into the platform itself, if you have a look into the Howden group, they're absolutely huge. And this is one collaboration. I really hope it does get to the point where they can launch and be shortlisted and have the community voted on for it. It does look like a very good partnership, and having this huge multinational insurance company building on Cardano is going to be absolutely phenomenal. So let's watch this space. Check out the links down below for all their Catalyst proposals. It's definitely a project worth looking into. Now, this is a bit of fun, and this is 100,000 USDM in prizes up for grabs in this Hydra Doom tournament. So Hydra Doom, for those that are just coming into the space, is the Doom game, but running on Cardano's scaling solution called Hydra. So every move that you make, every jump, every shot, every item that you pick up, every kill that you make is recorded as a transaction on Hydra. And this is a really good way to showcase just how powerful the scaling solution is. And it's a really cool use case overall. Now, let me just play you this clip here. I thought this is pretty cool. I've seen videos of people finish Doom within 7 minutes, the entire game. I remember it used to take me weeks to finish this game. So this is really exciting. If you're into Doom, if you want to see how fast Cardano can go in terms of transaction speed, check this one out. This one's definitely for you. This is the website here at doom.hydra.family. Put in your email address down below and you'll be notified as soon as this tournament starts. If you're into Doom, if you want to see how fast Cardano can go in terms of transaction speeds with Hydra, check this one out, participate in this, and maybe you could win that 100,000 USDM. That would be absolutely amazing. Now, this last news story that I'll leave you here is very unfortunate to have heard. I woke up the other morning to hear that the founder of Moneta, Matt Plomin, had passed away. And this is absolutely tragic news for anyone in the Cardano ecosystem, and of course, especially for his family and his wife, Jillian. They've been a part of the Cardano ecosystem for quite a long time. I had very fond memories of Matt, meeting him at NFT XLV and enjoying his company at Rare Evo as well. But he really did have the Cardano community's best interests at heart. Everything about decentralization and the Cardano community he put into Moneta itself. So the protocol itself, I'm not too worried about. I'm more so worried about his family and his friends and everyone close around him at the moment. But the protocol, the team that he's built over the last couple of years, the Moneta is definitely in good hands. And hopefully we do see the continuation of it. I know they have disaster recovery plans to keep things going as well. But the really cool thing that the community has done is, in tribute for him and his legacy and everything that has contributed to the Cardano space, the next hard fork renamed from Chang 2 to Plomin. So hopefully this does happen. I think it's going to go up for on-chain voting. So anyone out there that is a DRep or thinking about becoming a DRep, this might be a good time to vote for a yes for this particular change. And I think it is definitely something worthwhile voting for. And, to leave a lasting memory for Matt, I think this is just a fantastic way to honor him. It'll be cemented into Cardano's history for everything that he has done for the community. Now, I just wanted to read this statement that Frederick Gregard from the Cardano Foundation, CEO of the Cardano Foundation, wrote. Matt Plomin's passing is a profound loss, not only for blockchain community, but also for everyone who had the privilege of knowing him. Beyond his exceptional work with Moneta USDM, Matthew was a remarkable individual whose passion, kindness, and unwavering dedication inspired all who crossed his path. His contributions extended far beyond his professional achievements touching lives and bringing light to those around him. Witnessing his commitment to pushing boundaries and creating meaningful change was an honor. The legacy he leaves behind will continue to guide us and inspire us. I think those were absolutely phenomenal words. Thank you, Gregard, for putting that one out as well. Now, Matt's obituary and wake and funeral details are online now as well. So if you want to contribute or say anything to the family, you can do so. I'll leave links down below. But I encourage the Cardano community to send flowers or even plant a tree in Matt's memory, just to help support the family as well. I also heard that there was a fund that was set up for Matthew's family as well, but I'll put the links down below if I can confirm those details, so that if you want to contribute directly there, you can do so as well. Now, I hate to leave you guys with that, but that's all I have for this particular Cardano news update. A very sad loss. Condolences to Gillian and the family there, but hopefully we do see Matt's legacy continue on in Moneta, and the community really support everything that you guys continue to do there too. But with that, guys, hit the thumbs up on your way out, hit that subscribe, notification bell. I'll see you guys in the next video.